Busy day ahead of us today. Hopefully the weather's going to hold off. There's a bit of rain later, but at the moment it's okay. The issue we've got is that our soybeans are just not ready to harvest still. It's been a week since we were about to set up and go for it. Luckily, we haven't had to return the harvester yet. But yes, it's far from ideal, I've got to be honest. So yeah, they're still not ready. So I'm hoping this week the weather will just hold off enough and we're good. But in the meantime, some good news from Rob's side of things. He's spoken to a local farm. I think this place used to be something very different. So it's got an old weighing station. They don't use it anymore. They were saying to him basically, but it's still operational. So they've also got a silo, and they have kindly basically allowed us to not only go and use their weighing station this morning, so I can check out how much we've got for Grace's crops, but they're also going to store them for us. But there's going to be a 5% basically charge on whatever we take away from there. So whatever we get for the total amount of soybeans stored, 5% of it comes back to them, and I'm quite happy with that. That should be a few $100s or pounds, but yeah, I can live with that. Now I'm not going to tell Grace that. I'm just going to say, you know, that it was sorted, and you know, no issues there, and I'll just pay all myself and be done with it. It won't come out of her take of the crop, as it were. You know, the last thing we need to be doing is taking money off her. We're going to try and help her kind of keep the farm up and running, and hopefully keep everything kind of ticking over so that we can maybe do a bit of work over there. So today's plans, basically, me and Katie are still sort of working through how it's going to work, because I know there's a risk to it, and I'm quite happy to just start farming over there and then let them reap the rewards of it, and we work out how we then split any sort of profit that's come from it. But it is complicated. It is complicated, and you know, you shouldn't mix, you know, business and pleasure. I know that. Now I've got to concentrate a second, because the farm is somewhere down here. That I was saying, is this it over here? He said look out for the fence and the junction box. Yeah, this is it. This is it. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, there it is. Look. Right, if I knock everything off here, tell you what, I'll go and give him a knock. Look at that. Look at that. That's cool. I'll give these guys a knock and just see and have a little chat with them. Morning, hi. I'm Mids. How are you? Okay, so once I've got it weighed up, I'll take the picture of it off there, and then I'll dump it over into the new silo on the far side of the farm there, yeah. And then if I message you the picture showing you the weight, you'll be happy there. What I'll do is I'll take the tractor off, so it'll just be the trailer with the grain in it, just so you know. And then no matter what tractor I bring back up, then it'll be the same trailer. Is that okay with you guys? Brilliant. Okay, take care. I'll see you later. Bye bye. Right. Okay. So we know what we need to do. We need to get basically on the scale. And it's only because I don't know, just in case there's an issue. It'll always be the same trailer. It's just whether or not we bring a different tractor up here. So let's get this up and running. Right, very carefully. Get this lined up. Look at that. Right, okay. So if I come to about there, and then if I have to disconnect that, and then we can drive off here like that. Right, let's have a little look. I'm not going to be able to see it properly now, am I? Because I parked the trailer like an absolute idiot. I bet they're laughing at me in there. Look at that. I couldn't have put that in a worse place, because I know I can't even stand on the weighbridge because it's going to be in the way. Oh, mids. Oh, I hope they're not watching. Right. Hang on. Let's pull her forward a bit then. This guy's an idiot. Right. Let's just check now. I'm not going to collide with anything. We're still well on the bridge there, so if I unhook there, take the tractor off. Right, let's try again, shall we? There we go. Nice. Okay, happy days. So let's hook her back up, drop her into there, and then we're all good. And as and when then our soybean is ready to harvest, we can do the same, bring it down here, take the picture, and then we'll know the total amounts that we've got. And then we can come and collect it at a better time to sell. So let's just get this nicely lined up. Come on. A little bit more. Let's just make sure now that that is gonna drop in. Probably a touch too far, if anything. Just back it up a touch. And there we go. Happy days. So I don't think there was much in there anyway, but I don't think there's any sort of like one-way systems. That's an interesting little barn in there, I wonder. Maybe we'll have a little look around in there one day. It's been a while since I found anything for the Restoration Society, to be honest with you. It's like I haven't had much luck on that front for a while. Right, so plan now is we will head back to the farmstead. I've got a new load of timber from the sawmill to collect and drop that off down to the playground for Mark as and when. I don't know how much work he's doing on that at the moment, but I mean, I'm still going to get paid for it. No drama. It's just I don't know how much work he's actually able to do because he's so busy with the build for us. That is looking really good. I'm going to pop down there and see him actually today, because basically the building is in place now, so all we're waiting on now is the sort of final part of the electrics and sort of the painting inside, a few little bits and bobs like that, and then they're going to start doing the external work, so things like all the car park and everything like that, because at the moment it's all just gravel. But yeah, so that's really exciting. That's really, really exciting, because we are probably now maybe a week away, I think, from opening up that. And then Rob's going to have his work cut out. Him and Ben are going to be hopefully very, very busy. But the idea being that with the solar panels, that we're going to be able to get enough of an income from that to sort of support the business. So even if they're having some kind of quiet months, things aren't going to be like tragically bad, and we're not going to end up in any sort of financial ruin. And then I'm just going to kind of leave it up to Rob and Ben. Really, they're my name's on the paper, and I'll probably stick my nose in and out and stuff. But I think it's important to let those guys have their freedom. They know what they're doing. I trust them, and Rob can look at maybe even hiring more people, or even like the purchasing and stuff to turn things over to then like make that profit. That's what he's there to do, and that should then allow me to focus on the farm then with Katie and Grace. But yeah, busy time. So I'm gonna go up there now, sell that wood pretty sharpish, and then we gotta in a hurry get over to Grace's and really start to get to work on their farmland, because the weather last week has been just abysmal, so nothing has really happened since I harvested it. So today's plan, whoa dude, tractor, come on, stepping out into the road like that, crazy. Yeah, so today we'll be looking to basically plough that up and extend that field. The only thing I have done this week, because it didn't really matter about the weather, was I took down that really annoying tree at the front of the farm. So that's gone, which is on the sort of approach to the farm that was like really low hanging. Don't you step out. What is going on today? Dear me. Yeah, so that tree is gone, which is excellent. And then the only other thing then is, like I say, we're going to look to extend it. The issue I've got at the moment is I'm also starting to run out of tree again, basically run out of wood for our sawmill, so I'm going to have to address that. But luckily, Grace was quite happy for me to have the tree that I cut down, so that's helping us at the moment. But there we go. So right, let me go and grab this slot. We'll do a rundown to Mark's, and then we'll head over to Grace's farm. Right, so fully loaded up now. I haven't got the trailer with us, which makes life a little bit easier. It's probably slightly overloaded, really. So hopefully we won't have any run-ins with Johnny Law. Be good. Not entirely sure how much we're going to get for this delivery. I mean, you know, things are a bit tight at the moment because we've got the £100,000 loan. The business, but that's kind of offset against the business because there's, you know, the building itself exists, which is what that loan represents, and then the rest of it is kind of have to be that junction. People just come flying across there, blimey. Yeah, the rest of it then we basically paid for, like I paid for myself. So we're kind of right down to bare bones, but this will certainly help kind of for the time being. My kind of intention is I don't think I'm going to pay off that loan for a little while. Just kind of make the kind of minimum required payments on it and then let the sort of business eat that, as it were. But yeah, that's kind of my plan, to keep that separate then, so that the business can pay off its own loan with any profits it's making. And again, you know, that's going to be up to Rob to manage, so we'll see how that goes. Right, let's get up here and drop the slot off for Mark as and when he can use it. I'm sure he will. So there isn't going to be anyone around this morning, but hello. No, right, okay, right. I'll drop the slot off and we'll get to work over Grace's. Right, shifted a few things around the farm. It feels right taking old Big Red to go and do this work, I think, at Grace's farm. You know, it's where she belongs, isn't it? So yeah, we'll take that over there. It's quite funny, actually. I was watching Avengers with Katie the other night. I love those films. I think they're superb. I can't get enough of them. And we started talking then about a couple of the characters and that, which then brought us on to Scarlett Johansson. And then with that then led to us talking about whether we should name one of the tractors Scarlett. And I was kind of, I'm in an hour in about things. And I was like, well, I do like it, but I kind of like, I love the idea of having something more linked to my childhood. And I was kind of thinking about like things and games that relate to Red. I was kind of going round and round and round, and then I stumbled across, because I was playing on my phone. And I stumbled across my Streets of Rage game. I was thinking back, and I was playing that, and I don't know, as a child, you know, I couldn't get enough of like Streets of Rage. And you play it now, it's quite funny, because I it's such a terrible game, bless it. And you know, it's so easy, but it gave me so much like joy and time as a child playing it. And of course then within Streets of Rage is the character Blaze, and I was like, do you know what, I quite like that. So I'm gonna name the more modern Massey Blaze. And we kind of had an hour and about it. Katie still thought Scarlet was the right way to go, but my tractor, my rules. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Blaze. And there's a couple of other, I was trying to think of other famous Blaze characters, and there's not many, are there? But they're primarily all from computer games, as I remember as a child. I'm sure there was a Blaze in Sonic. Obviously got Streets of Rage as well, and I'm sure there was there not a Blaze in Mortal Kombat? So it all sort of took me back to my youth. So yeah, so not this one, Old Big Red. Still jury's out on this one. But yeah, the more modern Massey, that's now going to be known as Blaze. At least in my mind anyway. Katie will probably carry on calling her Scarlet, but we'll see how that works out. So right, I need to nip down to Axel's, ideally stay out of Axel's way, and we need to pick up some equipment so that we can do the basically plough in the field and extend it over at Grace's. And I think then whilst I'm here, as I'm so close, I'll nip over and we'll go and see Mark and see how they're doing at the build. Okay, cheers guys, see you soon. Right, 2.5 metre plough. Who knows what sort of mess I'm going to make of this situation. Right, come on then. The day is ticking away from us here. Already just coming up to 11 o'clock in the morning, and we need to do so much because we still need to plough the field. And we probably could do with doing a lot of work to it, because we could then do with probably liming it as well. If we had time, I'd like to really like lime it, fertilise it, and then plough the rest of it in. And then we could cultivate it and plant the seed. But yeah, it's gonna be tricky. But right, let's go see. Let's just go and see Mark quick. Because every time I drive past this, I kind of can't get enough of it. And let's just pull in here. Look at that! Oh, what a thing of beauty! Look at that fuel tank, and oh, look at that, the tankers here, I'm guessing filling her up already, so that's a good sign. A lot of work going on over there. So where is he? I don't want to go onto the site. See if he's over in the offices over there. I can see him in the distance. Mark! Mark! Hey buddy! Coming to the gate? Okay.
Hey Meds, morning, how are you?
I'm good, buddy, I'm really good. This looks amazing.
Yeah, the guys weren't sure on the colour, but at least I said you insisted on it.
Yeah, definitely. My famous Mids orange, can't get enough of that, mate.
Yeah, well, it's each to their own, and, you're definitely gonna stick out.
Yeah, we will, mate. How's it going?
Real good. I think, less than a week now, man. I think probably we'd have the weekend, and maybe you could look to open up officially on Monday, so we should be looking to start putting the tarmac in later on today.
Oh, that's wicked, mate. That's really good.
Now, I need to talk to you about this little project over on the side here behind the offices. Yeah,
the secret project.
Yeah, that's the one, man. So you still okay with those plans I've drawn up and how it's going to look?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a bit weird at the time because obviously it's going to back on to where the kind of display sales vehicles and equipment is, but over time, I think I'm going to try and look to put a bit of grass in, maybe a bit of like kind of some trees or shrubbery or whatever just to blend it in a bit nicer, and then that'll be just a nice little section as that sort of their little getaway, isn't it? So we'll see how it works out. But yes, mate, go with the plans that we've got, and hopefully it'll work out real nice.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, man. I'm sure it will. I think it's a real good thing you're doing, so I'm all for it.
No, mate, excellent. I dropped up some more beams and planks and everything this morning up at the house.
Yeah, no worries, but how about you drop off?
It was several pallets. I think it was about 4 sets of planks, a couple of beams, and a couple of longs. I think, yeah, probably 2 of each, and then 4 the standard planks.
Okay, man, Ross, that sounds, it'll probably be about well, maybe just over 40,000 for that lot, so that should be good. You were out with that?
Yeah, excellent, mate. Absolutely excellent. That'll really help things. So, and we're on course here in terms of the money.
Yeah, and maybe just a little bit over, but that's including all the sort of stuff we did before as well, so we weren't necessarily pardoning for that originally, but now we incorporated that into the bills. We're all good, man. We'll make it work, and there's no rush on the extras. We're all good.
Mark, you're a legend, mate. Thank you so much. Okay, mate, I'll leave you to it. I'm gonna head up to Katie's mum's house now and try and start doing some field work up there.
Hey, yeah, how's it go, you guys?
Real good, mate. Yeah, really good. Yeah, nice, mate. Nice. We're hoping. Well, she wants to take me away this weekend just for a night. Because I think, and when this opens up next week, life's gonna get really hectic, and we might struggle to see each other much. So I think she's keen just to have like a proper one night away, just like a bit of a relaxation this weekend, and then be fully focused and ready to go for next week with everything that's going to go on.
Hey, man, that sounds nice.
Absolutely, bud. Right, I'm going to leave you to it, mate. I'll see you later.
Okay, man.
Cheers, Mark. Take care, mate. Whoops. Walked straight into Big Red then. Blimey, she is dirty. Oh, dear. That is just looking so good. That's looking so good. I'm so excited. Right, let's get up the farm. So one thing with Big Red, she's not built for speed, that's for sure. Blimey, Charlie. But it will be nice for her to be back working on Grace's farm. I think Grace will really like that. So, Grace knows I'm on my way over, so I spoke to Katie just a minute ago on the phone, so that's all sorted. So she didn't look out of a window and get a random surprise. Tell you what I did when I was waiting for the guys to bring the plough out for me was I went on my phone and where is it? Let me have a little look here. I want to drive and read internet pages. Blaze Fielding was the Streets of Rage character. I couldn't think of her surname, so quite appropriate, that female character for my female Massey. So I'm really pleased with that. There you are. So you'll see there was a tree by there, so that's now long gone, which is really good. So happy days. Right, let's get this up by here. So I think let's have a look here. Let's knock the engine off and hop out. I think, looking at this land, I think we could probably, well, we could definitely get closer to here. So if I can maybe scrape, like, what's this? Maybe a meter or so, meter and a half. So if I can maybe steal another sort of meter and a half all the way around here, and then definitely steal basically all the way up to this ridge, I think. That would be fine. As long as we're on the flat, we'll be okay. Bring that all the way around here. Again, just stealing a little bit off the edges. A bit tight here under the tree, so I have to be a bit careful with that. But again, then, I mean, look at all this space here. We can definitely come out towards the tree. And I think we plough this up as well. I think I turn this over and take a load of this out as well. I mean, Katie has basically said that her and Grace are fine with me, you know, it's for me to do as I see fit with this field. They're quite happy with it. So, yeah. All right. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Well, that was a lot more of a chore than I expected it to be. Ploughing is not fun. But, job's a good one. Extended the field out. Looks pretty decent. Let's run up around this tree here. One tiny little patch I missed over there in the distance, but good stuff. And it's only just, you know, dinner time now, so 12 o'clock. Still got a little bit of time on our hands for the rest of the day, so I'm going to rip... Basically, I'll nip this plough back to the shop. I spoke to them earlier on. They've got a seeder that we can lease out, which is good. And they've even got a fertilizer spreader we could lease out. So, in theory, we could... But I should check really whether the seeder... I think the seeder's got a fertilizer option on it. So as long as the spreader can do lime, and we've got quite a lot up in the farm because we haven't, you know, I put it all in the little shed, so we've got quite a lot of stuff up there. So if I give Rob a shout, he can maybe meet me down at Axel's with some fertilizer and some lime, and we might be able to basically line this place up and then get it all sorted and then seed in today, which would be really nice. And I'd spoken to, when I spoke to Katie about it, I think we're gonna go with it as a barley field. Should be nice. It's not necessarily the most kind of expensive crop to put in the ground, and it's also not the most expensive crop in terms of it's going to create as masses of profit, but it's quite like a reliable crop. And we could definitely, I'm hoping we could use it for a few other purposes rather than just sell it, but that's a little bit into the future at the moment. So right, let's go and drop this off. I'll give Rob a bell, and hopefully we can get this field sorted in a day, which would be incredible if we can. So we have a seeder with a fertilizer unit attached, which is really good, so we can fertilize and seed at the same time. We've got a cultivator, so we can sort the ploughed state out of that ground before we put the seed in. And then on top of that, then already hooked up, we've got our fertilizer spreader, which is also a lime unit. So that's all good. Let's get in the cab, start her up, and get over there. Rob is already on his way over there with basically the fertilizer, the lime and the seed that we were keeping in our shed. So that's really good because that's finally being put to good use rather than just sitting in there doing nothing. And then yeah, I'm going to meet him there. He's got Blaze. I like that. He's in Blaze, and me and Big Red here will be heading back there now, and we shall try and get some liming done. Oops, that's my bad. Sign's a bit of a blind spot for me. Yeah, we'll get the liming done, and then it'll be cultivate and seed. Now, we might be working into the dark, but it's not a very big field, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem, all being well. Right then. There's some fresh tracks on the path, so let's see. Yeah, there we are. In position already. Excellent. Lime up in the air. So, let's have a look. Let's see if I can work out which one of these. There we go. That opens that up. Excellent. So, let's line her up over here. That should be okay, I think. Can't really see. Okay. The one thing with this tractor, I do struggle to get her lined up properly. I don't want to bump into the front of Blaze, but there we go. Can't really tell how full she is. She doesn't look very full, does she? No, she is not. So, get out of the way, and Rob's going to have to hook up the other one. Okay, I think he's good. So, easy does it. Let's have a look over the shoulder here. Where's that mirror? Just coming in there towards that front wheel. There we go. As long as this one, I know this one is a full pallet, so nice. Okay, so if we put the cover back on like that, right, let's lime. How's she doing here? Not bad, a little bit off the edge there, so I'll tuck in a bit closer. Really bumpy, but to be expected. Problem is, I don't think we got enough lime. This is a nightmare. Let's have a look here. Let's open up that. Yeah, we're almost out. Ay, ay, ay. I have to send Rob to go and get some more. Yep. That's all she wrote. Right, let's give him a bell.
Hey, Mids, you receiving?
Where's that coming from now? The CV. Yeah, go on, Rob.
Do you want both of these on there, or just the one?
No, I think just one will do it now, mate. We should be fine with that. We'll save the other one for what we need. I'm not sure if our field's going to need it, so hopefully just the one. Thanks for going and getting those for me, mate.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Right, let's reopen this. And this time, try and get this in one move without having to mess around too much. Come on. Come on. There we go. Excellent. Right. Close that off. So let's get her fired up again. Superb. Let's see if we can't do this whole field with this one pallet. I really hope so. Turn her off there for a sec whilst we turn around. Could really do with some GPS in this tractor, but it's not really designed for that. Blimey, it's bumpy going across this field. Right, let's have a look. So we missed a couple of little patches. Can I amend the settings on this thing to do less? I wonder. Let's see if that helps, so we're not wasting so much on these little areas. But here, hopefully just about enough left just to do this little patch by here. And then anything that's not been done, then we'll just have to go without. Let's have a look. Okay, not bad. Dirty work, but not bad. Right. Rob, can you hear me?
Yeah, go, man.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. Save the other line. That's all good. I'm gonna go and get the cultivator from down the shop. If you want to follow me down and grab the seeder unit, and then we're set.
Let's get it done.
This is just not what we need right now. This is really not what we need. What's your thoughts, man?
Ah, dude, we got plenty of luck, and it's all bad. I tell you what, I'll fill up the seeder, I'll put the fertilizer and the seed in there, wash you get cultivated. You get that done. Weather report says it should be okay in another hour, so hopefully, maybe 2 hours or so. We're gonna lose the light within the next half an hour or so, but hopefully we'll be okay when we get this planted.
Yeah, okay, mate. I'll get cultivating. So, oh, there's Grace as well. Right, okay, I'll get on with it, mate. 2 secs. It's absolutely chucking it down. Hi, Grace.
I'm under cover.
Okay. Oh. How are you?
I'm a little bit drier than you and not quite as filthy.
Yeah. It's dirty work, this stuff, isn't it?
It sure is. I tell you what, though, it brings me so much joy to see both of those tractors out here doing some work.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I think it's, I thought you'd like that. It's a nice little touch to make sure these guys were over here doing all the work for you.
Absolutely. Now then, why don't you boys come in and have some food?
Grace, I'd love to.
Listen to me, I'm not asking.
Okay, well, look, I tell you what, here's the deal. This rain is allegedly going to stop within the hour or so. Let me just run the cultivator over, and then we'll come in whilst we wait for it to stop and hopefully dry out a little bit, and then we can put the seed in. Is that fair?
That's fair. You tell your friend. Come on in when you're ready.
Okay, thanks, Grace. Blimey. Right. Where's the radio? Rob?
Yeah, go, man.
Right. Plan is I'm going to cultivate this. Grace is insisting that when we go in for some food and a drink, so we'll do that whilst the rain eases off, and then we'll get to it.
You sure we got time?
It's not optional, mate. She's demanding it, and I think, it'd be rude for us not to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you're right, bro. Okay, get it done.
Right. Let's get this lined up. That's hard work in the rain, that is. Blimey. Right. Let's just park her up by here. Knock the lights off. Engine off. Go on then, bud. Let's get in there.
Okay, man, after you.
Right. Gonna have a bite to eat and hopefully this passes soon enough.